So that's where we got our inspiration from for our clothing and colours. This created a link between the music video and our ancillary text because we incorporated these colours quite often in both of them within our poster and our digipack. We also use graffiti colours because this represents like a gangster theme, and it's colourful, and usually in R&B songs they have like colourful artificial lighting and things like that, so we thought that we'd stick with that to attract the same type of audience. And it also makes it stand out to the audience, catches their eye, which would be good for marketing. And we obviously, as I said, we use this in our ancillary text. It brought an aspect of craziness and edginess to it, which overall linked to Kalani's music video.
For our costumes, we decided to have Chrissy wearing leggings, an Adidas cropped jumper which shows off her stomach. This does conform to the R&B norms of making a girl look quite sexual. However, we have also gone against the typical conventions of an R&B genre within the rest of our costumes, which I'll explain in a minute. This then links to our ancillary texts because we decided to make Mika wear a cropped hoodie because it attracts the R&B audience. It's the typical people that you'd expect to be listening to R&B music and watching the music videos, and it also conforms to the genre. We did this mainly to attract the audience, to pull them in, because that's what they'd normally expect to see anyway. But we also used the back as well to bring a sense of edginess, so almost to go along with the idea of the gangster, like lyrically we wanted it to match up. We also wanted some aspect within our music video that brought seductiveness, so the idea of the cropped hoodie having her midriff out would then draw attention to the audience, and it'd be something that people that would normally go for the R&B genre would be expecting, and that's what they prefer. With Mika, we decided to have her dress in hoodies, bomber jackets, long tops and jeans. This then goes against the typical conventions in terms of our genre. We wanted to be different and unique because normally you'd see girls in like bralettes or short skirts, but we didn't want this within our music video, so it brings out a new aspect of R&B music videos. It also sends a message to the audience that women can be modest as well as be sexy at the same time. This then also, as you can see in the shot now, we showed off some of Mika's piercings that she's got down the side of her face, which is something that links to what our original artist Kalani does. Also, Andrew Goodwin says that we should give her a trademark. It makes it memorable for the audience, and it's good for marketing our music video and promoting our artist, and we like the idea of the piercings being part of that, which is why we've done a lot of close-ups of Mika's face and the side especially to show off her piercings. This also links to the target audience with our clothing altogether of Mika, because they're fashionable clothes and it's something for our target audience between the ages of 16 to 22 to idolise towards her, and they'd want to be her as she's got all the nice clothes. This doesn't link to the artist, however, because Kalani did wear minimal clothing within the original music video, and she does typically normally as well. And we didn't do this because we wanted to have our artists be unique, be individual, and like I said previously, it brings out a new aspect within the R&B music videos. For our dance moves, in the shot you can see now, Chrissy, we decided to have her dancing, and that gives her a trademark again, linking to Andrew Goodwin's theory. For example, like Michael Jackson's moonwalk. So to have Chrissy doing the style of dancing that she's doing, it's something that you could potentially say is something that you'd see only Chrissy doing. We've also done, it's quite promiscuous dancing, which links to the typical R&B convention of women being seductive. But also the dancing that Chrissy has done for us is a street dance improvisation. This will most likely link to our young target audience, as it sets a good vibe and it makes them feel part of the music video itself. Also, the promiscuous dancing links to Harley Quinn within the movie Suicide Squad. She dances in a nightclub and you see her with the chains and that, which you can see in the background of some of Chrissy's dancing, which is featured in Kalani's music video as well. So therefore it creates synergy between our artist and the original artist Kalani, and that's where we got our inspiration for it. Within our location, Kalani uses a lot of artificial lighting, and so do other artists, for example R. Kelly in the music video Ignition. But instead we decided to choose locations that are filled with colour. You can see in a couple of shots of Mika where the graffiti's in the background. It's very bright and it makes her stand out more. For example, the shot that's seen now, she's sort of standing out from the background wearing her dark clothing. It makes her pop, you could say, from the background being quite bright and colourful. It also meant that we challenged the conventions and we'd be more unique again. We'd be able to create a new style and a new aspect within the R&B music videos. We decided to use interesting and eye-catching locations for the audience, so our target audience also would be intrigued to find out where these places are, as they look more fun, somewhere better to go to visit maybe, and they're not boring. It also relates to our ancillary texts because we've continued the graffiti, the vibrant eye-catching colours between both our music video and our poster and our digipack. So that creates good synergy there because it shows that we're using consistent ideas between the three of them.
The technical elements of our music video showed camera shots that are long shots and mid shots and close-ups. The close-up shots showed off Mika's piercings, which gives us the trademark element that we wanted to create, which is an inspiration from Andrew Goodwin's music video theory, that we needed the trademark to connect with the audience. The close-up shots were inspired from Beyonce and Rihanna and Andrew Goodwin's music theory again, as it shows the expressions on their faces, which creates synergy between that and the lyrics of the song. It also forms a connection between the artist and the audience again, and is used in Kalani's music videos to show the expressions on her face and to show off her tattoos, which is similar to the piercings that we wanted to show on Mika. The long shots we used to show Mika's location, which links to the conceptual narrative, because the location you could see all the graffiti and the colour, which was a key part of the video. The mid shots showed a costume for the target audience to relate to, as they would wear similar clothing and style, so it's about reach out to our target audience. And it also forms a connection between the video and the ancillary text, as we used long shots for the digipack and poster. Mid shots were also used a lot in Kalani's music video. However, this makes her look seductive as she has minimal clothing, so it was different to what we wanted Mika to be seen as. The camera angles, we decided to use pans. We panned around Mika as it scans the scene horizontally, so you can see everything around her. And we paired this with tracking shots, which showed Mika's location as well, which showed the eye-catchiness of it. And the editing, we used a lot of slow motion shots, because Beyonce and R&B artists like that use a lot of these type of shots to cause dramatic effects, and it helps create a connection again with the lyrics. For example, when Kalani sings "I Need Someone," we get Mika to look at the camera directly to like bring in that connection again, and it makes the audience feel a part of the music video. For the gender in the music video, we went against typical conventions of R&B genre, because usually they're male. A lot of R&B artists are male, but we used a female artist.
because she was inspired by Kalani. We also didn't want her to look sexual or seductive, as this isn't how women are like treated in reality in society. They like dress normal clothing without their skin out. And we also wanted to show Mika as independent and strong female. And we did this with the baseball bat. We made her look tough and quite, like, it's quite a masculine aspect. We added that to it. The gender in the ancillary text, we decided to make Mika look more seductive within that by making her wear cropped hoodie, which was similar to Chrissy, which brought an aspect of femininity, and we grabbed the attention of the audience because we didn't want to have it within the music video like that extreme, so we added it into the ancillary text. It was only subtle because she only had her midriff out, but it did make it look modest and still quite sexual. However, we did conform to typical conventions of how women are portrayed in R&B music videos with the midriff showing. The ethnicity, as Mika is of black origin, this compared to the ethnic conventions of a typical R&B artist, because many artists within R&B are black. The rock like Rihanna, Beyonce, Drake, Kalani herself. We portrayed her as dominant ethnic representative. And R&B is of black origin, so we wanted to keep the same, as if the artist's ethnicity plays a key role in this genre. The changes we made include Mika's clothing. Originally we were going to go for a seductive feel, but we decided to go against that, and we thought this was successful as it brought a unique aspect because it was different to usual R&B music videos with a seductive female. We changed it to a more powerful female. Mika's clothing changed colour wise as well. In some shops she's wearing a brown jumper instead of a grey one, which we thought a change of colour would be good to keep the audience attention, but we thought this might be it turned out to be a little bit unsuccessful, as it didn't really match the rest of her costumes and didn't look as edgy. It looked more like just everyday sort of. And the way Mika posed in the ancillary text, originally we wanted Mika with the bat over her shoulders, but we also changed that as well because we found a better pose while we were doing it. And we also wanted, and Mika also felt more comfortable in the pose that we chose, as it showed less plastic. And the shots that we did come up with were a lot more successful and more professional in the end.